Love them or hate them, devices like these are a big part of our lives, and they can be hard to put down.
You lose so much time, just keep on scrolling and scrolling.
I'm chronically online. I spend most of my time online.
These teens shared their thoughts with a provincial commission on the impact of screens and social media on young people. The commission has heard testimony from plenty of experts, including the Quebec Federation of Medical Specialists, which represents 11,000 physicians. So they're a pretty big deal, but what exactly are they recommending?
I think we're realizing that it's already too late, but we need to course correct.
Well, first off, they're calling on the province to put in place a minimum age of 16 for social media use. Now, as of the age of 14, teens could create accounts, but only with parental consent and supervision.
People who are more prone to compare themselves, the standards of beauty, of success, of happiness that they're comparing themselves to are these standards that are impossible to achieve. And so people don't measure up, and so they become anxious and depressed.
There's a saying that comparison is the thief of happiness, I'm pretty sure.
I know sometimes when I find myself insecure, social media does not help me. But I know what does help me is going to bed, which I don't do because of social media sometimes.
Fair enough, but would an age limit do the trick?
I don't know how well it's going to work. The second somebody makes a rule, the first thing you think isn't, oh, how am I going to follow this rule? It's, oh, how am I going to break this rule? How am I going to get around it?
And now on to cell phones. Right now, phones are banned in Quebec classrooms, but the medical specialists want the province to go further. They're calling for a total ban on phones in schools, period.
So that in between class times, so lunch times and recesses and breaks, that there's not a tendency to go back and look at the phone, but there's more of a tendency to go, hey, what are you doing after school?
Okay.
Turns out Westmount High School is moving in this direction. If they bring their phones to school, students are expected to lock them in these pouches, which can be unlocked with a special magnet.
You push the button, clicks up, open it, and then, if I do this, fine, and then your phone's out. Mine's cracked, but.
There you go.
There's a lot less phone usage, and I think, social interactions are way more important than being on your phone constantly.
These are just some of the recommendations from the medical specialists on top of feedback from plenty of other experts in the province. Now, with testimonies over, the commission has to write a report and make recommendations to the government that will actually stick.
Well, let me tell you, it won't be easy. We can come up with a bunch of recommendations, but if you can apply them with our legislation, well, we've worked for nothing.
The commission has until the end of May to submit its report on a modern-day problem that clearly isn't going away anytime soon.